All right, so it's 12:02, so we'll get started. Um, Again, welcome to the Humanities and Social Sciences webinar. My name is Dalila Omerbasic. I am the Program Director for Humanities and Social Sciences. I teach courses at the undergraduate level as well as in the Master of Liberal Arts program. And I'm joined today by Dan Ray, who is going to introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're enjoying the nice weather, even though it's raining, but it's warm. My name's Dan Ray. I'm a senior academic advisor at School of Professional Advancement, and I am the primary undergraduate or one of the undergraduate advisors for the Humanities and Social Sciences. So again, thanks for joining us, and feel free to ask us any questions in the chat along the way. Anything comes up, there we go. And I'll send it back to Dr. Omerbasic.
Thanks, Dan. So yes, as Dan mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to write them in chat as we're going through the presentation. Today, Dan is going to provide a little bit of a background on Sopa more broadly. I will be talking about the undergraduate and graduate programs more specifically. And then Dan again is going to talk about the admissions process and what is needed to submit your application, and as well as some of the services that our academic success team provides.
Couldn't hit my mute button. Sorry there, folks. Yeah, so people, why SOPA? We, for a number of reasons, actually, we have a depth in online programming. We were one of the first schools to go online during the beginning of the pandemic, and we were probably the most prepared out of all of them within Tulane as well. Our programs, both undergraduate and graduate, are available with a mix of online versus on ground. We cater mostly to working adults, so our classes are taught either at night for those who attend in person, and then otherwise we have classes that are available online. We've continuously create more and more courses and have moved them to the online format. We have excellent programs and faculty. We are applied learning. All our faculty work in the fields that they teach and bring that knowledge firsthand to the classroom, and not just what you're learning in the books, but real life experiences. So a lot of award-winning faculty across the school as well, not just within this program, but our other programs too. We have a good student support network, which includes academic advisors, career advisors, and other things. There's affordability and flexibility. There's, compared to other tuition rates at other schools in the area, our tuition is lower than UNO, for example. We don't charge excess fees. And then there's the flexibility. There's, different ways of obtaining credits, and, you can go online, you can go on campus. And lastly, the name Tulane, that speaks for itself. That's a brand. When an employer sees that on a resume, that really sticks out. Next slide, please. Excuse me. So getting back to the online, just on the scale, we had almost over 13,000 students complete over 31,000 hours of online coursework since 2018. So our programs online have grown. We have nationally recognized, master's degrees. And so we're drawing in more and more students, not just from, the New Orleans, greater New Orleans area. The depth, right now, as it stands, we have 8 master's degrees, 19 graduate certificates. They keep adding on to those as well because they're all very popular. We have 4 both post-baccalaureate 4 post-baccalaureate certificates, and 320 courses, all developed to be taught online. I saw a question there. Yes, SOPA replaced University College. It was University College, then they changed the name to Continuing Studies. Then we did a full rebrand under the new dean. And so we've been the School of Professional Advancement for a few years now. And lastly, quality. Over 200 faculty trained in online instruction and having received multiple awards year after year. Next slide, please. I think I'll let Dr. Amrbasic take this one, and I'll get back to you guys in a bit with some other information.
Thanks so much, Dan. So the Humanities and Social Sciences programs at the undergraduate and graduate level explore interdisciplinary perspectives. So the programs are really drawing on different areas of study, and students really have the opportunity to bring those together based on their individual interests in their degree program. As a student in the program, you will be studying social relationships, practices, and structures. And in the process, you will be developing really important skills that are transferable to a range of career fields, which include critical thinking, communication, and writing skills. And one of the greatest strengths of our programs is our faculty. At the graduate level, for example, we have Mike Kuczynski, who teaches in the MLA program. He's a professor in the English department here at Tulane. And he teaches courses mostly in medieval English. And we have Melinda Nelson-Hurst, who teaches at the undergraduate level, primarily teaching anthropology. Her specialty is social history and archaeology of ancient Egypt. Lauren Lucarilla teaches courses in writing as well as digital communication. Bo Boudreau teaches writing courses as well as a really popular course on poetry writing. And then lastly, Sukaria Vester is a sociologist who teaches at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. And she specifically focuses on sociology of urban areas and does comparative studies with North and South America. All of our faculty, a lot of our faculty have received awards for their teaching, have incredible expertise and also experience. They've been with us for a really long time and really understand our student population and are really committed to the development of those skills that I mentioned earlier, are the critical writing and communication and critical thinking skills. So first I'll talk about the Master of Liberal Arts program. This is our graduate program that allows students to explore a range of reflections on the human experience and from multiple academic perspectives. All of our students in the program have the option to create an individualized plan of study that meets their intellectual interests and professional goals. So the program is very flexible, and it really allows students to explore areas of interest in a way that best fits their goals. As part of the academic experience, students take 10 courses. 2 of those courses have to come from the MLA curriculum. And then the third MLA course is a capstone. But the rest of the coursework can come either from our MLA offerings or from any graduate level coursework that's offered through the School of Liberal Arts at Tulane. So students have a lot of options to choose and select coursework that meets their that meets their interests. The course offerings range from history, literature, philosophy to political science and sociology. I will also add that students also have an option to complete a thesis. So if somebody is looking to do a more in-depth research project, they can complete a thesis instead of a capstone. And now we can go to the next slide. At the undergraduate level, we have 2 degrees. We have a bachelor's in humanities and a bachelor's in social sciences. Our humanities majors engage in the interdisciplinary study of complementary fields. These include English, English literature, religious studies, linguistics, music, visual and performing arts, and philosophy. And the social sciences majors explore the cultural, economic, political, and historical context of societies. And they usually draw on courses from anthropology, geography, Latin American studies, sociology, political science, and other related fields. Both of the majors require students to take 30 credits in the major. You typically start with intro level courses in different areas. So different areas of the social sciences, for example. And after completing 4 introductory courses, you begin taking upper level courses, which can focus in an area of interest. So for example, if you're really drawn to topics in anthropology, you can take several anthropology courses to complete your major. And then to round out the experience, you would complete a capstone. And the goal of the capstone is to bring together everything that you've learned in the program, and then apply that to, or make connection to what your future goals are, either future career goals or goals for further study. Next slide. And speaking of careers, because our graduates develop such a strong foundation of skills and knowledge that's applicable, this is applicable to a wide range of careers. So our alumni have worked in business, education, arts, consulting, public relations, public policy, nonprofit management, and also in a range of writing positions. And then in addition to being a program director for humanities and social sciences, I'm also the coordinator for prior learning programs at Sopa. So I will talk a little bit about this as well. So we have a range of opportunities for students to earn credit for prior learning. And this credit can be applied towards either the bachelor or master's degrees. And credit for prior learning can be earned for the learning that you've gained through work experience, for example, as well as community service or military training. Undergraduate students can receive up to 24 credits of credit through prior learning. And this includes portfolio assessment, which is a form of assessment where you write about your previous experiences and align that narrative to a course for which you're seeking credit. But there's also the option to complete examinations through standardized testing. And then we also award credit for military training. And then graduate students can receive up to 6 credits from portfolio assessment. And it's only available for portfolio assessment. And I think I'll pass it over to Dan again to talk a little bit more about student support and success services.
Thanks so much. Thanks for doing the credit for prior learning as well, since you are the director of that. In the other webinar I had, I was doing all that yesterday, so saved me some voice. Excuse me. Yeah, so student support and success is, we're basically here for you to ensure that you succeed while you are a student in our school, whether as an undergraduate or a graduate student. As your academic advisor, we'll be here for you every step of the way from, before you're admitted, whether you have transfer credits to look at and be evaluated or not, or all the way until the end, until you graduate in whatever time frame, that so happens to be. Expert faculty is with industry experience, as I mentioned, both of us have before. In addition to what you're learning in the books, you're going to get firsthand expert faculty, real life experience directly into the classroom in addition to that. So that's like, the best possible combo you can get there. Career advice, we have a wonderful career advisor. She teaches her own career success strategies class, a very popular class. I recommend it to all undergraduate students, in their last year or so of school. And just in addition to that, she's there for different types of career advice. You need to touch up your resume. You need to help on a job search. You have just some basic questions of, what should I be doing? She'll be the person to help you with that, whether you're in your first semester or in your final semester or somewhere in between. Once you graduate, you become part of the Tulane alumni. There's networks of program peers and others there. It's always good to connect. Networking is a big thing, and Tulane has a huge alumni network that spans over, so many different areas. So that's a good thing to be a part of and to be in the know like that. Next slide. Application process. So it's pretty simple and straightforward these days. Everything's done online on our website, sopatulane.edu/apply, or just click on the apply button at the top of our main website. Fill out the application. The application fee for those of you in attendance will be waived today. So once you apply, it'll be refunded or credited, or you won't have to worry about paying that. And then in addition to completing the application, you just want to make sure you have a government ID, driver's license, or something like that uploaded to your application to identify you. And then also any prior transcripts from all of your previous colleges, you have to have them sent directly to us from them. Nowadays, they do electronic transcripts, which is great. So the turnaround time is a lot quicker, and it takes a day or two, sometimes maybe if that, versus regular snail mail. If you have never attended college before and you're applying to the undergraduate program, then you just need to upload your high school transcript or your GED results, or even I think a copy of your high school diploma will suffice, so that you can show at least proof of high school graduate or equivalent. If you're applying to the master's program, we do not require a GRE. There is a writing sample that students have to do, but otherwise, there's no testing requirement to get into the school at either undergraduate or graduate. Next slide. Application deadlines. So if you're looking to come in for the summer or the fall, there's still plenty of time to apply and get situated. The summer and fall schedule comes out in about a month, and registration is going to open in less than 2 months already to sign up for classes and whatnot. There's some incentives to getting situated and started early in the process, because if you are registered and everything, you'll see these early enrollment scholarship deadlines for each semester on there. And then that will give you, the corresponding refund of $200 or $500, whether you're undergraduate or a graduate student. So if you register early, then you can save on your tuition, but the application deadlines are essentially about a month or so, a couple weeks before the actual semester starts. If a transcript is still trickling in and does not get there on the first, then obviously that's still okay. You just want to get everything in time so that you can, get matriculated and sign up for classes, any kind of financial aid, stuff like that. You all get situated before the semester starts, so you're ready to roll. Next slide. Affordability. those are our tuition rates there. They're on our website as well. For the spring, undergrad is $576 a credit. All the classes are 3 credits, except for a couple, like in English. It depends on what you have in transfer to, but everything is generally a 3 credit hour class. The graduate is just over $1,100 per credit. Those are all 3 credit hour classes, and those programs are usually 10 to 11 classes total. Financial aid is, we do offer financial assistance through financial aid. You just do your FAFSA online, and then based on what you put on there, that determines your eligibility, how much you can get, and so on and so forth. There are different types of aid though as well. Federal grants, loans, the Yellow Ribbon Program, 20% discount we have for active duty military, for veterans, for active and retired public safety personnel, if excuse me, police, firefighters, paramedic, EMS, so on and so forth. We have a minority serving institution scholarship, where if you attended one of those prior, then there's a tuition discount for that as well. And then the credit for prior learning that we talked about earlier is a way to knock out credits based on your work experience, if that's an option, where you pay a fraction of the cost of an actual class. Next slide. And that'll do it, I guess. So if you have any questions right now, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or list them in the chat. Dr. Amerbach's contact info is there. I'll send it back to her for any final thoughts.
Thanks so much. Yeah, as Dan said, if you have any questions, let us know and we can try to answer them now. If nothing is coming up for you right now, but you end up having questions later, always feel free to reach out. You can reach me by email at dalila@tulane.edu, or you can just give us a call and somebody will transfer you to either me or Dan. All right. Well, if we don't have any questions, I just wanted to say again, thanks for joining us today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.